So what's up, dudes and dudettes? I get a lot of questions about how I make my plaster works, and I made a video about how I make the actual plaster part itself, and I thought I'd show you all the process of making these big works. It takes a lot of layering and a lot of time and a lot of struggle to make these. This was probably the most hardest plaster work I've ever had to make because I was trying to do something different than I did before in my other works. My professors wanted me to try and use more color and more contrast in colors, like instead of just the natural colors like brown, dull colors, I would have to use bright colors. I tried to mix in like multiple different shades of green and stuff like that in this one because I feel like if I do that with a color, the concept of it being war in Vietnam, it would equally reflect what it's like, I guess, with like the different contrast in color. So that's what I was trying to do with this one. And I started out with spray paint as layer 1. And then I spray painted like these stencil grass and leaves that I cut out. And it's a bunch of layering on top of layering, painting with acrylic paint, going back over it with different colors of paint, different shades of green, and then going back over that with a spray paint and doing that over and over until I got what I liked. And then after that I go in with a little bit of detail. And then like you can scratch away at the surface of the plaster, and before the actual paint dries you can scrape away the actual color of the paint. That's how I get like that blue, and that blue being chopped up by the green with the scratches marks of like on it. Those scratches marks on it. And then I added like a little pop of color like pink. I started out with like a plan, like a story. This one guy, Vietnam man, shared a lot with me, and I chose 3 things, and I was going to make a whole outline of that story, but that story ended up being not the one that I actually depicted. And because I don't know, it's just so hard. Like I struggled trying to figure out what I was doing because I was doing something completely different than I've done before. So I took a break from trying to like videotape it on social media. I took a break because sometimes you need to work by yourself on your own without a camera on you and without the stress of like it has to look good at every moment, and trying to figure out and go through the process without any distractions. That's why I didn't film all the way till where I got after that. I kind of just kept layering and layering, adding black and scratching away, scratching into it, making things visible, making them not visible. And you get these really cool textures that you can see here with the scratches and the colors coming through. And it's really, really nice. Like, it's very satisfying. It's probably, whenever I see texture in anyone else's work like this, I like fall. Like, it's amazing. It just makes me drool. So then I ended up going with a different subject, like I said before, a different story. Not a different subject. I went with a different story that he told me completely, about how pieces of him are here in civilian life and pieces of him are still in Vietnam, and that he goes back and forth daily with the struggle when he tried to adjust back to civilian life of still being in combat but being here. And I decided to depict that by breaking it into pieces and then constructing it back together, but leaving some of those pieces missing, and then having a concrete image underneath it that would shine through, like the face of the person. So that's what I was trying. And I was trying to not make it look very, very hyper realistic. I was trying to do blocks of different colors of browns and skin tones. And I ended up changing and taking a break from videotaping myself, and really worked on getting the color of the eye and the shape of the eye correctly. And then it ended up being great at the end. I really like it. So yeah, it takes a lot of time, a lot of work. And I'm like wondering if like any other artists out there are taking over, or at least college people are taking over their parents' carport right now, because I've taken over a lot of the carport. I got all my junk out here. Look at the like. It looks so pretty outside. So pretty. Oh God, sorry I got distracted. My show's trailer will be out soon. If you wanna see more, follow me on Instagram.